Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So in this video, we are diving into something that confuses, almost every Kotlin beginner and intermediate developer. That is, what's the real difference between job.cancel and scope.cancel in coroutines? They both sound like they should stop things, but they behave very differently. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly when to cancel a single coroutine and when you should shut down an entire coroutine scope. So that is the agenda for us to understand into this video, and let's start with job.cancel. So before we deep dive into what is job.cancel, we should first understand what is a job. A job, basically, it is something that handles to a single coroutine, like the lifeline of that coroutine. And a job is basically simply the handle of, think of it as a GPS tracker for one task. And job.cancel basically cancels only that job and its children, and it does not cancel the entire scope. So to understand more, let's try to see the example and understand how basically job.cancel will work. And if you see, there is a scope which is CoroutineScope, and we are passing the dispatchers. So if I am sure that you guys already know that what are dispatchers and what is the usage of using dispatchers. If not, then you can probably go and view one of my videos where I've explained the usage of dispatchers. So here we are using dispatchers to switch the thread to background thread to make an API call, and then we have two jobs, objects of two jobs, job 1 and job 2. And we are using scope.launch and we are performing some action. Similarly, we are doing the same for job 2 as well. And after delaying for some seconds, we are trying to cancel job 1. So here, if you see, if we are making use of a job and if we are trying to cancel one of the APIs amongst the multiple API calls into a proper coroutine scope, then it will just cancel the respective coroutine and any of the children that is created inside it, but it does not cancel the entire scope. So if you want to stop a specific operation, maybe one network call, you should use job.cancel. That is the exactly thing that you should be needing to do so. And here's job 1 stops, but job 2 keeps running normally. The entire scope remains active and alive. All right, now moving towards scope.cancel. So before we understand what is scope.cancel, we should understand what is a scope. So a coroutine scope is the environment a coroutine lives in. It holds a job and a dispatcher, as I've explained you in the last example also. So this is the coroutine scope, the entire scope into which we are making the multiple calls execution, right? So when a scope is cancelled, its parent job is also cancelled, and that cancellation cascades to all of its children. So assuming if I'm trying to cancel the scope itself, right, like making use of scope.cancel, then it will cancel the entire scope, like all the jobs, whatever we are running. We don't have to specify specific job, rather it will just cancel the entire execution. So scope.cancel basically cancels the parent job, and this kills all coroutines inside the scope, siblings, children, and the grandchildren. Now understanding the example, basically this is a much more powerful tool. It cancels the entire parent job of the scope, and because of structured concurrency, that means every coroutine launched in that scope will also get cancelled. If you see this, job 1 and job 2 we were using in the previous example as well. So if we use scope.cancel, it will stop everything. So unlike job.cancel, which targets only one coroutine, scope.cancel wipes out the entire family tree. All right, so I hope like you have understood the actual difference between job.cancel versus scope.cancel. Now let's apply this to Android, because this is where the developers trip over this the most. In ViewModels, you have a ViewModel scope which automatically gets cancelled when the ViewModel is cleared, right? So inside a ViewModel, job.cancel is a perfect example for cancelling one network call or one network request, but ViewModel scope.cancel will kill the basically it will kill every coroutine in the ViewModel. and you really want to do that, right? So that's where, like, this is a view model. We have a scope where we are launching the load user data, and then we have two functions: stop only this task and stop everything. So if you use load job.cancel, this thing using this object, it will just stop the loading operation, versus if you use ViewModel scope.cancel, it will kill all coroutines in the view model. So most of the time you never manually call ViewModel scope.cancel, because Android will handle that when the view model goes away. You don't have to do it manually. So most of the times, based on my experience, I feel making use of job.cancel would be a better idea if I really want to cancel one of my coroutines or one of my executions or API call within that scope. So that's how it is used into Android view model. Now the common mistakes that most of us think of or we do is these points, like calling scope.cancel when you meant to cancel just one job. As I've explained in the example also, we are not supposed to make use of scope.cancel if the target is only and only to cancel one job. Creating custom coroutine scope inside activities or fragments, this causes leaks if you forget to cancel them. That's absolutely right. Then expecting job.cancel to stop siblings, it won't, because that is the intention and that is the behavior of job, right? It will just cancel its own relevant things, not the other children or siblings. Trying to restart a cancel scope, once a scope is cancelled, it's dead. I mean, if you think that, oh, okay, I've cancelled this job, but I want to restart it again. No, there is no going back again, guys. If it is stopped, that means it's stopped completely. Okay. Now the cheat sheet, the overall high level view, what is the action of what is explained here. Job.cancel is basically cancels that job plus its children. Child job.cancel, it basically cancels only that child. Parent job.cancel, it cancels parent plus all the children. And scope.cancel, it cancels the entire coroutine scope. So you should be knowing what is the difference between all 3 or 4 of them, what is done by whom, what is the reason of using job, or what is the reason of using child job, parent job, or a scope job, right? So that is pretty much. And the final thoughts about this is that you should use job.cancel to stop one coroutine, as I've explained, and you should use scope.cancel when the entire scope should shut down. Okay, so guys, that's it. I mean, now I hope you have understood exactly when to cancel a job and when to cancel a scope in coroutines using Kotlin. And if you want a deeper dive into supervisor scope, job, or exception handling in coroutines, you can definitely let me know. I will be happy to create more videos on such contents. And if you have any doubts or concerns, you can just let me know into the comment section, and I'll be happy to address all of them. Thank you so much. Have a great learning ahead. I see you in the next video. Bye.